What's going on, guys? Black Scout Survival Late Night Live again. You guys seem to be digging that. And based off of what we saw, Biden's comments on the gun control, I thought we should make a video and kind of talk about some of these things. It is pretty frightening. It should scare you, really. We'll let a few more people hop on. Yeah, so it should definitely kind of scare you a little bit. Essentially, what he showed, if you didn't know, he spoke on, the gun violence, the increasing gun violence and things like that. And if you go type into Google, you've seen all kinds of news media post stories kind of highlighting this. They're all working in a coordinated effort. If you didn't know that, they definitely are. So anyhow, what he did is that he obviously does not understand the Second Amendment, or he doesn't respect it. I think the latter. I think he knows what it means, because he kind of made some quotes that that he understands what it means. The biggest thing is the fact that you were born here. You were born here in America. Like, this is your country, and the dudes that put foot behind, that put bodies in the ground, that shed blood, that wrote the way this was going to be, they're the ones who designed it this way, right? You don't get to come and just make changes to those things. This is the guys who made this, is how they wanted it to be, right? What he said was, you don't need a 30, 40, 50, or up to 100 round magazine or capability to shoot that much. And he said, unless you think deer are wearing Kevlar vest or something. So he believes that the Second Amendment means hunting, right? That's not what it is about. The guys having a well-organized militia isn't about deer hunting, right? That's the, he didn't read the whole thing, I guess. He quoted, or tried to quote, Thomas Jefferson, and he's, the tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. It's natural manure. And he said that's not true, which he's spitting in the face of our founding fathers. We're different than a lot of places. America's different, hence why we are different. We believe these things, these ideals, to live as free people, for liberty and freedom. But, pretty much dictator Biden said today that Americans have no hope against tyranny, that you will comply, you cannot fight, and you'll submit because you're outgunned, is what he essentially said. He threatened Americans would need F-15s or nuclear weapons to be competitive. He also said before something to the effect of that a few months back. If you see me doing a video about Hellfire missiles, I spoke about before. So, this is the kind of moniker he's been talking about. And I said a long time ago, back, I said, look, man, people I knew, like close friends of mine and things, and they were like, to my wanting to vote Biden, and I'm like, typically a couple of my black friends, that and they're 2A guys. They're I was like, dude, you can't vote for Biden. I said, Biden is only going to be, his main thing will be gun control. That will be his main. Every leader, and if you're in the military, this, like, you'll see a CO come into a unit, a new commanding officer, he's going to change something. He's going to make something like his legacy, right? And we see that with every president. Every president's trying to make some kind of legacy statement. And I was telling people and telling these guys that, Biden will be gun control, man. That will be his legacy. And they're like, nah, man, he can't, well, when Republicans, are not in the House and Senate, Dems are running everything, you can't, make some things happen, right? And they're like, nah, he won't do that. That will be his main thing, and that's what it is. And I'm like, look, dude, you cannot vote for this guy because he's gonna go after guns. And they're like, yeah, but man, I can't vote for Trump because he's a racist, man. Yeah. And it's like they really believe this. They really believe what the media tells them. It's crazy. If Trump is, Biden's a racist too. I mean, it's just it, he's more of a racist. We've already seen that. Him and his son. So it's crazy. It's crazy that you cannot think that Biden won't go after guns. He was very much so in the first assault weapons ban, involved in that, and people are saying Trump's not racist. I know I've said that last video. Well, I'm making a statement in the sense of these people I'm talking to. If Trump's a racist, Biden definitely is. The Trump thumpers, want to fight you if you say anything, mince words. Speaking on that, remind me to talk about that. The Trump thing. Look, it's like I said before. The media took a snippet of what Trump said and tried to make him out to be a racist, whereas Biden said these very overt things. And the fact of the matter is that time and time again, we see Biden can do no wrong. Biden can't do any wrong. No matter what he does, it's okay. And then the people will say, hey, man, well, Trump did this, Trump did that. Well, Trump's not president right now. He's not the one driving the plane into the ground. You know what I'm saying? So, so anyway, back to the point of, he said that you would need F-15s, nuclear weapons, Hellfire missiles, all these sort of things. And have you ever heard about the Taliban? Some guys saying the Taliban or the Viet Cong. There's pretty they did substantial damage. Okay, number one. So the other thing is he was very terrified of the Capitol riots, where people, just kind of walked into the Capitol. He's had the military station there for months on end because he's terrified of guys without guns going in there. And so he's making these threats, and he's terrified of the guy wearing the horns going into the Capitol. And on that token, this week, I told you about the China thing. China and Russia, China basically warned that America is overestimating its strength and should tread lightly. This is what China said. If it doesn't want to face attacks from both China and Russia. China and Russia have grown close in their relationships, and they're saying that their relationships with the United States have deteriorated, raising concerns about a potential alliance between the two, which we already said that. I've been saying that for a year now. I said that last year. It's in our face. This ain't nothing new. But China is, they will not, I guess, take any kind of provocations, counterattacks, blah, 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 all these sort of things. They really don't even want us to really say anything about them. And they also said they don't want any kind of investigation into the Wuhan link, that they would be willing to go to nuclear combat with us. So that is our biggest threat right now. That is our biggest threat. But Biden's up there saying the white man is the biggest threat. Last week or what have you, he was saying that. And he's saying, white nationalists, white supremacists, what have you, these mythical people that, he said Antifa doesn't exist. Where are these white supremacists that they're actually out there even doing anything? I'm not saying there aren't white supremacists. There probably are. It's probably a fraction. It's probably 0.01%. Where are they at and what are they doing that's so detrimental to the United States? Where China's talking about China and Russia will come and attack us, right? And that leads me into like Biden focusing on trying to get votes. That's all. Trying to go ahead and reinforce the next 4 years to get his next reelection and get the votes and make these people happy and not really worried about the outside threats of the United States. Just reading some of your comments. So, but the other thing is the military is not what it used to be. I think we know that. Weaker training, weaker forces, co-ed infantry, and time again, consistently, all male units would dominate against co-ed infantry units in the Marine Corps. However, they're like, no, you need to make co-ed infantry units, even though we see that it's more successful. It's not about winning wars anymore. Don't think our military is about winning wars or securing the safety of our nation. It's not. It's about being woke, left radicalism. That's what it's about, without a doubt. It's kind of like on the war on terror, the needed for special operations soldiers, because working in environments where we need we have guerrilla forces and things like that. They want special operations, so I think they lowered the standards, and that's why a lot of people were getting killed. That they push all these people in. We need these more special operations guys. And this guy's saying 82nd Airborne hadn't made a jump in over a year. That is ridiculous. Wow. Yeah, it's one time I was off the coast of Africa. My team I was with, my squad, and we got picked up by some SEALs in a little rib boat or what have you, and they came and picked us up and take us back to the main ship. I'd been out there for a while, but when they came and picked us up, all of them except for one were overweight. These guys they wouldn't even let these guys in the Marines for being overweight. I'm telling you, they lowered the standards. They're lowering the standards all across the military. Meanwhile, we got China and Russia breathing down our neck, right? So then this week, because of the gun violence speech and he's trying to, kind of set up the play. Also, all the major news outlets were reporting whatever shootings happen in their area. They're highlighting those. One shooting happened in an area a couple towns over from me. One of my good friends, one of my closest friends, his niece was killed, 11 years old. I think 2 weeks ago. So in the neighborhood she lived in, there was some gang members, Bloods, Crips, and they had a shootout. Rounds wound up going through the house and killing her. So gang shooting. So because this is my good friend, and he knows basically the streets, he runs in the streets, and he told me that who the guys were, that they were gang members. The main guy with the shoot, there were multiple shooters, but the main guy that did the majority of the shooting, he was a felon, and he had a fully automatic AK variant. So we already have laws against this. He's got a fully automatic weapon, modified. It was a modified weapon because the ATF got called down here. ATF showed up, modified weapon, illegal, a felon, illegal. So we had these rules in place already, and that did not stop this 11-year-old from getting shot, right? And so what did they do in the community? They went up to yesterday. I don't know who provoked them, who paid them, but these people in the city went up there to, or in the town, went up there and basically kind of led a protest against gun violence. Said gun violence is shaking our community. Literally, the people that went there, this is kind of the armpit. This town is like one of the armpits of South Carolina. like there might be, not a full set of teeth amongst everybody in the town, and these people are going there to about some gun violence. Everybody's almost a crackhead in the town, and somebody obviously paid this to happen, so it made national news, and they're using it. They're using these sort of things. Thanks, Spectre Vector. He's saying there's no leaders to stand up for us like Washington did. I think there's a few. I think there's a few that's stepping up. I think we'll kind of talk about that. Let me get back to that in a second. If you look at the FBI, they're pretty much the Gestapo now. They're still hunting for people for January 6th. Meanwhile, all of these criminals from Chicago, New York that looted, rioted, burned places down, got let go with no repercussions. They just got released from jail. Right? These people that actually did destroy things. They just got released. I think it was like last week. Rudy Giuliani got his license taken. I don't know if you guys heard about that. His law license was suspended by the New York Supreme Court because he said that he made false statements during the Trump, whenever they were talking about the presidential race, the laws, that he made false statements. And if you see time and time again lately, they're going after any sort of conservative business owners, conservatives, period. Anybody who speaks out, they're going after. Is power domination. They're trying to, cut the heads off the snakes, per se, and shut these people down. Shut it down and make examples. So like, well, I don't really want to get messed with, So we're seeing that, and it's just a better system for ultimate power. I mean, that's the play there. They're attacking conservatives in every manner, businesses, like I said, even like Facebook and Instagram. Like, so they clip all of our products. They say they're against our guidelines. Like a hat will be against our guidelines. They, obviously shadow ban our videos. There was a guy that just said he hadn't seen a video for 6 days. He just got notified. I saw his comment today. This hurts our business. I mean, these sort of things hurts us financially. They're trying to put us out of business. Our products don't show up on the product pages, these sort of things. So when we're trying to, sell products, fund our business, feed our families, they want to shut us down, collapses. Because if we lose our voice, we lose our financial means to back what we want to do, the movement we want to make, then, that's it. And some of the so-called patriots are probably happy about that. They're like, yeah, man, your business is getting hurt by this, so-called people on the team, because that's what haters are. A lot of haters out there. Another thing is demonizing American conservatives, um, or just free thinkers. You ain't got to be conservative, just a free thinker. Someone that's not on the, shake your hand, CNN tells me everything. Jonathan Bueller, thanks. He's asking a question about how they would confiscate guns. Probably like a turn in your neighbor type deal. Like it wouldn't be something that'd be fast paced, but they would find means to the end. It'd probably be neighbors turning you in, friends, family. They, like I said the other week in the last video, where Biden's putting out the plan for, turn in your neighbor that's an extremist. Another thing I found odd is that attacking of masculinity, toxic masculinity, being a straight man, a straight white man at that is definitely on attack, because for whatever reason, just trying to demonize people, split us up so we can't be cohesive. They don't want all of us to get along so we can say, hey, man, we're not putting up with this. But they split us up, and this guy hates you, this guy hates you, but we love you and we're going to take care of you. It's divide and conquer is what's going on. But they're obviously attacking masculinity, because let me tell you the numbers I have here. 43% of boys are raised by single mothers. Okay. And 78% of teachers are female, right? So almost 50% of boys have 100% feminine influence while at home, and 8/10 chance of 100% being influenced at school. So, because why is that important? Because China talked about this. You can read their 100-year plan or what have, and how they're wanting to put more masculinity into their men. Um, you can do that Google search, but the thing is that why is that important? Well, because when you chop that down, they know that the people, the men that will stand up against this kind of stuff, that's not going to tolerate that kind of bullshit, they can get rid of them, right? And that'll be easier, because no more toxic masculinity. Nobody's going to stand up. And nobody has firearms anyway to defend themselves. So I guess at the end of the day, yeah, schools are teaching horrible things. I went to the library the other day, yesterday, and the children's books that were there were like, I mean, crazy. Like, they had lots of propaganda. Lots of propaganda. You gotta be careful of. Don't just let your kid walk around. Well, I appreciate everybody hitting me up tonight. I guess the bottom line is that we can't allow this type of thing. Obviously, whatever kind of ideas or whatever happens going forward, I would just say, it's got to be one of those things. We've got to resist that in every means necessary. John Farrow, thank you. We've got to let them know. I know that the ATF people have been contacting ATF about the brace deal and those sort of things. We have to speak up. We have to be the louder voice in these sort of things. And I was talking to somebody the other day, a friend of mine, talking about these kind of like doing these kind of videos, and why do I think they were important? And I think I said this in my live the other day. I can't remember, but I think that if I'm a loud voice, because I think a lot of people are afraid, you know, um, and it's not to say that that's bad or anything, but I'm the type of guy that I get angry whenever I get oppressed, which I feel like is happening by the interwebs. Whenever I have 500,000 followers and a video of mine can't even get 5,000 views, I know it's malarkey. I could do a damn you know origami on a video and get 100,000 views. So I know it's malarkey. So whenever I know that I'm getting impressed, it makes me want to push back harder. And hopefully, by me being vocal, it'll cause another guy to be vocal, and then another guy to be vocal, because everybody's quiet. And a lot of people will bend to whatever the radicalism that's going on. They'll just bend to it because they think it's the cool thing to do or the normal thing to do. And they'll just submit, like Biden wants you to do. He wants you to submit. The radicals want you to submit. You can't be a free thinker. They don't want you to be a free thinker. And that's really all I really am trying to push, is be a free thinker. Quit going to CNN and just, shaking your head. So it kind of comes down to, I guess I can kind of say, like, what really caused me to make a change on certain things was that a few years ago in a video, I can't remember exactly what video it was, but it was a survival video. And the NFL players had just taken the knee or whatever during the national anthem. And obviously I was upset about that. I'm a veteran, and I got a lot of respect for this country and the people who came before me. And so I was upset and I said something about it. And I get, people say that's a freedom or what have you. And I understand that. That doesn't mean that I can't be upset about it, though. You can have a freedom and still, I can be upset about it. I can have an opinion. It's okay, and it's okay. Mine's different than yours. So I was very upset. I said something about it in a video, and um, I guess someone reported the video, and I got shadow banned. We got shadow banned for like a year. Like we got maybe 5,000 followers that year. Not only because of that video. A few weeks later, I did a video. We went to the range. We're doing a shooting video. I think it was a laser, a flashlight combo type thing. And just in the videos leading up to the election, I think this was the kicker. This was the one that really got me. Is that in the video, me and Jay went to the range, filmed the video, came back to the warehouse, was talking about it, and in the video I said, "Well, don't vote for Hillary Clinton because you won't be able to have one of these." Like just joking. That video immediately got flagged, demonetized, and that's whenever it got stunted. Like we only got 5,000 followers that year. The year before we got 100,000. And if you don't understand, growth with YouTube is exponential, meaning that it's 1, 10, 100, 1,000. So 100,000. Then the next year we only got like 5, 10,000. I knew something was wrong. And so just because of that comment. So then leading up to last year, I did that first Civil War video, and people were asking me some questions about some current events. So I did current events. The world was going crazy. I just thought it made sense to do it. And I was getting my hand slapped. I was having to contact YouTube, like, what's going on? Well, so then one day they said, "Oh, you had some bugs in your," because I couldn't post. It wouldn't allow me to post any videos. And I think I told you guys that. Maybe I went on Instagram and said, "Hey guys, I cannot post on YouTube. We can't even upload." And so I finally got a hold of them. They said, "Oh, you had some bugs on your channel. We had to fix." Yeah. Oh, okay. Like that's never happened in the 9 years we've been doing this. Hence, so that happened. And just things kept happening. Facebook products started getting kicked off, saying they were weapons or whatever, talking about hats, shirts, things like that, and just certain things to try to hurt our business. And that's when I started getting upset, obviously. And then one day I did a live, and a lot of you will probably remember this. I was doing a live, and I can't remember what the topic was about. It was obviously something hot. I think it was something about Biden, some kind of scandal. And the video, as soon as we got done with the video, it immediately got clipped. It got removed, and we got a strike. Thanks, guys, for all the super chats. So immediately got a clip. It cut us down, and everybody's contacting me. All you guys are hitting me up and emailing me. I really didn't even know because I actually had left to go do something. I did the live and I left, and I started getting all these messages. People were emailing me. This sort of things hit me up on DM on Instagram. And so they're like, "Hey, your video got taken down. I can't get your video." Heavy Duty Country, my buddy over there, hit me up. He's like, "Man, what happened? What'd you do?" And so then I went and found out the video had been removed. And so I immediately filmed another one because I was mad. I'm not going to back down. So I immediately filmed another one. Same thing. That one was able to stand, and I did an appeal. I lost the appeal, but the next time it happened again, they removed a video. I did win that appeal though, because I did a trick. I knew that they were going to do this because it was about the shot. And what I did is I actually took a CNN article and I read the CNN article in the video. If you go watch the video, it was one talking about that. I was working out in the gym, and I just took a second to film myself. And I just read the article. And so when they removed my video, they gave me a strike. And so I emailed and I appealed. I said, "Guys, here is the outline of what I read." And I copied the CNN article, sent it to them. They immediately put the video back up, apologized, and took away my strike because it was CNN. So I did that just to see. Yeah, so the tolerant are not so tolerant. And that's, we've seen that in history, what happens with that. What's up, guys? What's up? So people keep, this guy just said hand gestures. Look, I talk with my hands. It's no hand gestures. Don't worry. I'm not in some kind of secret society or anything. I'm anti-secret societies. You must not watch my videos if you think that. Just reading some of your comments, guys. I know people like when they always watch the lives after the fact. They're like so mad. Oh man, this is so unprofessional. Da da da. This is a live video. The point of this is like getting on while the live. And I know a lot of you guys can't catch it, but understand the cool thing about this video is I can interact with you guys. Most of the time it's just us filming and I don't get any interaction, other than me and Jay talking. And so it gets kind of boring. This gives me some interaction so I can at least see somebody talking. He thought, yeah, I was signing to you. So I'll let some comments come in, see if any good questions come in. Really, guys, I appreciate all the super chats. Thank you so much. Because we definitely ain't getting no monetization money. Yeah, a lot of good comments tonight. This lady just said a lot of good Patriots tonight. A lot of good comments tonight. Yeah, I like the interaction. Kind of let me know in the comments, what is the best time of day for these? I actually feel like we get way more views at night than we do during the day. I feel like we get a lot more on here. Your view on the building collapse in Florida being a possible explosive device. I have to look into that. You got to be careful about propaganda. I know a guy sent me a video today, and a lot of people send me information all the time. I always check it. It was a video of talking about January 6th. It was like a guy in a car, and he's talking about, should I wear this Trump hat or wear this? That video could have been filmed last week. There was nothing that ties that to the Capitol or these people to the Capitol. So you have to be very careful for this propaganda. I was talking about this with memes and stuff like that during the prior to the election. More cowbell, yeah. So while I'm checking out your guys' comment, product, let's do a little ad real quick. I'm doing a little. I'm going to give some things away, so just stand by. So these bottles, Vapor, very cool bottle. I like them because of the survival capability of it. It has a carabiner clip, so you can clip it to yourself. It's very durable. Has a clear bottom. So, but what I like about it is because this is a liter, the same capacity for purification tablets. But what I like about it is this rolls up. And so you can put in your pack as an extra device, water carrier, purification device, what have you, purification container. But it's a little, basically for survival. I carry one in my my messenger bag every day too. I carry the Nalgene, obviously. And we have some new bottles coming to, some metal ones, but we're out of Nalgenes right now. But I carry this and then also carry this in my pack. And if I go like ultralight backpacking, what have you, I carry these because they're so lightweight. But it's super durable. It'll last essentially forever. But anyway, we have, I think, 100 of these koozies. And whoever buys one of these over the next this weekend will get one of these with their package. These are exclusive. We don't sell these. We just got them. We hadn't even done koozies ever before. So you'll be, a cool cat at the pool, on the boat, fishing by the river, sitting on the tailgate, whatever you do, you get a free koozie with every order of these. So if you buy 5 of these, you get 5 koozies. All right. So Brad Jones, thank you for your super chat. He's asking, do I think you should pull cash out of the bank? I'm thinking to get it all out. What's your thoughts on that? Well, I guess I wouldn't pull it all out of the bank because, the economy could collapse, which means your money means nothing. I want to invest in some things, obviously have some things for barter. We've got a bartering video on on that we filmed a few years ago. Check out that video. Have some things for barter, because to me, if it gets to that type of situation, it's going to be bartering. It's going to be networking with people. Money would probably be pretty much pointless. The only thing I will maybe suggest is putting more money into your 401k maybe right now, so that way it's not getting killed by the taxes during a Democrat president, because you are going to pay a lot more taxes during that time. Thank you, Anarchy Tattoo. If you need a tattoo in the Bronx, New York, that's your man. Maybe one day I'll make it over there and get me a tat from you. Mark, thank you, sir. Yeah, gold, silver, all those sort of things. Tools, food, obviously, like dehydrated foods that last a long time, and I think tools very seriously. Obviously, tobacco, alcohol, any coffee, vices that people have. People will flip out for tobacco. Tobacco is harder to get in prison than drugs. And if you are addicted to any of these sort of things, you need to quit them now. You don't want to be the guy that is wanting these things. You need to be worried about your health. Yeah. If you're doing, thank you, Kenneth. Everybody hit the like button for me real quick while we're on here. Make my thumbs up jump and help the algorithm. So yeah, if you're doing any of these type of vices, go ahead and quit them. Tobacco, quit them. You don't want to be dealing with that. After China and Russia comes to taxes, you don't want to be having to deal with your nicotine fits or your alcoholism. Welcome to the grunts, JG91 Mr. 2. I guess that's your name. If you don't know, you can join our group, and it's on the main page of our. You can become a grunt, a scout, or a commando. Each level has varying benefits. We have our own special emojis and things too. I mean, the coffee. Don't quit the coffee though. Go get some Black Scout coffee. Go get some of that. It's delicious. So our coffee too. We need to do a live with that. Me and Jay were talking about doing a live with it, but it's all roasted same day as purchase. So it's the freshest coffee you're going to get. It's amazing. Yeah. Poetry and prophecies. Yeah, we can't say coffee. We got to drink our coffee. Yeah, don't quit that. Just to quit the alcohol and tobacco. Yeah, toilet paper's another one of those things. We obviously seen that with the Rona. Yeah, but the coffee's made same day as it's shipped, so it's pretty much the freshest coffee you'll get, and it's delicious. Small batch. I would say, I mean, obviously, I like to drink good coffee every day, but it's one of those things. Like, it's kind of like a craft beer. Like, it's something special. Like, it tastes good. Like, if you're just throwing some Folgers to get you by, or Monster Energy, that's is different. This is something you want to enjoy if you go camp and stuff like that. So we roast it locally. The guy's asking where it's from. We roast it locally. We get it, Dominican, Colombian, stuff like that. And we like roast it locally same day. We got some of you guys are funny. Yeah, so we sell whole bean and ground. Yeah, go hit up the link, blackscoutsraw.com. You can check that there. We're going to be having some coffee mugs coming soon too. I'm actually getting them made now because I know a lot of people seen it in the video, the coffee mug we made years ago. People are like tripping about, I want that coffee mug. And so we're getting some more made by them. They're handmade here in the U.S. They're veteran ran company, Marine, and handmade here. And we're also doing some like what's it called? They're made by Mizu. We love that brand. The stainless steel. It's kind of like the Yeti tumbler type deal, but it's made by Mizu. Mizu was started by a snowboarder here in the U.S. They're a great company too. We got some more bottles. Our first bottles we ever did was done by Mizu, and we're doing some more with them. Some Desert Tan. They're sick, and Army Green, and we're doing some tumblers like that too. Lambs become lions. Thank you. He's saying this is a attempted socialist takeover. You guys remember the West Point cadet that when he was graduating, he was holding his cover up and his buddies were behind him and said, "Communism will win." You remember that? Spencer Rebane, I think was his name. And he had on a Che Guevara shirt underneath his uniform. And that guy was going to be a military officer. They kicked him out, I think, and now he is a professor. So he's teaching this stuff. You don't let your kids go to these liberal freaking colleges. So he got kicked out of the army during that time. Could you imagine now if he was in? They'd have probably promoted him. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just go type in cadet, Google cadet, communism will win, and it'll pop right up the image. It's disgusting. So the guy asking me about reaching out to Ford Observer, you mean like Ford Observations? No, I haven't. I thought about contributing to them though whenever they were building their first book. I never have talked to them, but I like their content. I think we're probably on the same wavelengths. So again, you know, the reason why I kind of got off track, trying to be a loud voice so other people can take, kind of get that from us, and hopefully you do the same thing in your day-to-day life. Like, don't back down, don't cower, and be a loud voice. You don't have to be a prick. You be a loud voice and be, cordial professional. yeah, McAfee. Yeah, I know. Thanks for the super chats too. Well, Kamal actually finally went to the border. We did see that, right? Trump kind of forced her hand on that. Yeah, be very outspoken for all these things, man. You got Black Scout versus somebody I don't even know who that is. It says patriotism is not racism. Well, that's what they're going to try to say. They're going to try to say anything opposing is whatever it is. So whoever's going to be coming into this, I know DeSantis is kind of leading in the polls as far as the next presidential election. I don't know that he will run. I don't really keep up much with him other than I see he has a lot of intestinal fortitude, but he has, I've already seen like propaganda going against him, like saying that he's an evil man or something. The QAnon people are like already trying to push, him off because whatever. Somebody's asking what year I was born. 1980. 1980. I'm an old man. All right, guys. Well, it's already been 45 minutes. Let's try to keep these things 45 minutes. Yeah, don't fall for Q. That is a Russian psyop, like I've been saying for years. But anyhow, guys, I appreciate it. And anybody you didn't catch the live, you can start over. If you need to go to bed, watch it first thing in the morning. Do me a favor, as soon as we get off of this, once the video is processed, go to the video itself and comment in there. Tell me what time of day would be the best time of day for a live. If it doesn't really matter, just say it doesn't really matter. just give me a few words so I can help the algorithm. Give me a thumbs up for everybody. I appreciate this. And if you're catching it now live, good night. Hope you have a good night's sleep. Have a great Friday. If you're listening to this on your ride to work, hope you have a good Friday as well. Make sure you go buy some of our vapor bottles. Every vapor bottle gets you a koozie, Black Scout Tactical Koozie. You can't buy those. So anyhow, guys, again, I appreciate it. Appreciate all your support, all the super chats tonight. Thanks for hanging out with me, and take care.